This is Jim Nailon, liturgical guitarist. I'm going to share my arrangement of the hymn Loving and Forgiving by Scott Soper. I'll play through it first, and then we'll go through it again and talk about it. Okay, there are a few things I missed in there, obviously. What I did on this one, when I was arranging it, I came up with a lot of ideas that I've never really played, but they're not that hard. But I'm just not that familiar with them, and I'm not a good sight reader, so I did the best I can do at the moment here. But we'll cover each thing as we talk through it. So you'll get to hear it played, hopefully correctly then. It's all playable. So anyway, I added this little intro to it, which is kind of a cute little intro. Up here on it's based off this D chord up on the 5th fret, but with the open E string. And then an A over D in the bass, and then slide, and then an A half bar here. Pull off with your little finger, and then little finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and slide back up into it, back into the D, the A over D, and this time I after the pull off, I give the open in the first ending there. The open E is your last 8th note, which gives you a chance to put your hand up here. So at the refrain, measure 10, line 3 on the first page. Slide on the 3rd finger down for that A over C sharp. third string. And slide it down again on the third finger and the first finger. And then D over A. And G, the hammer on. And the D over, we're in the last line here, measure 15, D over F sharp. Now I fingered it this way. It's easy to do it this way. I probably most of the time would play the D over F sharp with my thumb around, but and the E minor with a hammer on that third finger, and then the fourth finger. Then the G over A, then A, A7, whatever, then D. Then we go up to the G chord here up on the 7th fret. It's like a D chord slid up. And then G over D, so the D open 4th string bass. Then you can slide on that third finger down to that G over A. So then you have that open A to get your bar ready for the F sharp minor. And then the second finger comes over and grabs the G bass while you keep your bar down. And then put the third finger down on the D. Then jump up to this E minor chord on the 7th fret. And this was the little trick that saved the whole made the arrangement for me when I was trying to figure this out years ago. Finding that A chord that I could play there right off it by keeping my third finger down and then putting the A chord on the little finger on the 10th fret of the 2nd string, and that's an A. You got the open A bass, gives you just enough of an A tonality there or harmony to end with the melody line, and then lay right into the B minor. So all you need is the bar up first, little finger down, and then on the 10th fret of the so you're barring the 7th fret, little finger plays the 10th fret of the 2nd string, and then you put your third finger down on the 9th fret of the 4th string. And then you have to make a quick jump here. But it's pretty easy. You're just going from there to your 2nd finger. Everything else is open. 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string for the E minor. The C. So you're drawing that G, then the G over B, then the G over A. All you need is your little finger, leave your little finger down. Get that dissonance of the 2nd there. Then we're going to slide on your 3rd finger, the open bass, and slide on your third finger on the 2nd string from the 3rd to the 7th fret. You got to dig that finger in to get that slide to sound all the way up. If you're not pushing hard, you won't get that sound. So, and then A over D, G over D, so remember you got a quarter rest there. And the D. This is kind of an awkward thing. It's grown on me here. Playing that A bass when I'm doing a pull-off. I don't usually do that, but I wrote that in there. If you don't like it, don't do it. Now, this is all new stuff, and you notice I missed this double hammer on here. It takes a little practice. I have to look at what I'm doing, and I can't look at it and read the sheet music. So So if I watch my fingers, I can hit that pretty good. And you don't have to even hammer it on if you want to. Then you go down to the D over F sharp. And another double hammer on the E minor. Your first finger's gonna. Then you don't have to hammer that either. Then your first finger comes up and grabs the third fret of the first string. Then your first finger slides down to the second fret of the first string. And the G over A. And the third up there, and then the A, and then the D. So that whole section there from the last measure of the third line on the second page, that G, through the next 1, 2, 3, 4 measures really of the last line there, until you get to that D chord. The melody's all in thirds or fourths occasionally. Actually, it's a fifth right there. If you don't like it, don't do it. I've never played it that way before. When I play this from memory as a prelude, I do it mostly with just a lot of slides. I don't use the D over A. I just do. Wait. I like these slides are really fun in it. But anyway, let's get back to where I was. I got sidetracked again. Okay, we're at the top of page 3, the second verse that I give you here. So here we're gonna you're coming off of that last measure. We're going to slide again on. We're going to slide now on the 3rd fret, but instead of going to a D chord, we're going to go up to this G chord, and we're going to go all the way from the 3rd fret on the 2nd string to the 8th fret this time. So we go, and then lift, and then you got an open 1st string, and then that lets you get your hand back down to the 3rd fret here. So there's that slide that I like to play. And again, on any of these slides, you have to dig into the guitar to get a good tone. If you don't push down, you don't get any sound. And then you're ready to, after that, to get to the F sharp minor, you take your 3rd finger, that's the key here, and you're going to slide it down 3 frets. Bar down, and then the same thing before. Bring the 2nd finger over to the 3rd fret, and then to the G, up again to the C minor. There's that little A chord up there, and then the B minor, and a little hammer on here. And again, the big jump, and a C. Here's some more of those slides. I like that. And then the last refrain, measure 50. So I've added a 16th note triplet, hammer on and pull off. Oh, I gotta fix that. Hopefully I'll get that fixed, but if you're looking at this copy, my slur only goes, I gotta drag that over so it's slur, hammer on, pull off, and then slide from the 3rd to the 7th fret. Hammer on, pull off on the 1st string, and then slide on the 2nd string. together. It's at one olet, and one olet is a 2 and something like that. Anyway, sounds like this. Then the A over C again. We did that the first time through. Then the G, hammer on. The E minor, and then a little slide here on the A, or the G over A, last measure of the page. And you're right up here where you put your fingers down on the intro. Go back to the intro. Second ending. So that's about all I have on that one, I think. Yeah, that was a bit of a challenge for me to try and get worked up even to do this video. But, you know, if I was to record this ever, this would be the kind of arrangement you could use for recording, because you've got a lot of variation, and it, you know, it doesn't sound the same all the time. So I put a lot of effort into it. I just not up to playing it without putting more work into it. It would take me a while. But probably over the next couple of years, if I dig this out and look at it and don't just play it from memory, I would be able to work this up pretty easy. So anyway, that's all I have on that. I pray God blesses your playing, and I look for more arrangements on liturgicalguitarist.com, and I wish you peace.